be audible here. And we'll have President Stritikus from Fort Lewis College. We'll have you go next, and then we'll have Leanne on deck.
And I'll try to do this in 5 minutes to give Leanne time. So first of all, I want to say that Fort Lewis College stands with our African-American students and faculty and staff. At this time, we've been unequivocal about our support of the Black Lives Matter movement and the request that we think carefully about racism in our community. Second, that's an important conversation. We think we want to play a role in that. I want to applaud the City Council and Chief Brammer for some of the statements they've made. I think we have work to do, and it's both a moral imperative as well as a business imperative as we think about what the college is and who it is. Jack, you're frozen. I hope you're still hearing me.
Yeah, you're good, Tom.
Okay, Jack was just totally frozen. So, second, let's do a little Ebenezer Scrooge here and do goes to Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future. Christmas past, March. A lot of people have talked about higher education as a dinosaur, that we're unable to make modifications. I think COVID proved that that is wrong. In 5 days, our faculty and staff moved 700 courses online, changed the grading policy to accommodate students, moved hotspots and computers to students who may not have had tech access, and kept 130 students safe in our residence halls, fed in our residence halls who had no place to go. So it really was an incredible effort, faculty and staff moving mountains to keep students safe and learning. We couldn't have done it without incredible community support, both from corporate partners, from people on the line, as well as our donor community who stepped in to fill the gap around funds and needs that students have. So thank you to everyone on the line. I see many of you in the chat, and we appreciate it, as do our students. Fall, headline, we will be on campus for in-person instruction in the fall. There will be instruction in classrooms. There will be some part of student life. There will be students in the residence halls. Exactly what that looks like, we are working closely with public health and our hospital, and we have teams on campus working out the exact protocols around those things, and we will roll those out. In the chat feature, I think someone, hopefully from Fort Lewis, we have people have ideas or questions or concerns. There's an idea catcher, so you can put those in the chat, and we'll be sure to connect those to the teams who are doing things like measuring desks and thinking about HVAC systems, something that I don't do very well. Budget, I think our colleague from the Club 21 gave us a good insight on where that is, how that impacts Fort Lewis. Over the next 2 years, we anticipate a $3 million budget on roughly about a $48 million general fund budget. Our budget is around 80% personnel. So you can't look at these numbers and not anticipate that there will be involuntary furloughs or layoffs. But let me speak a little bit about where we are and how we've taken this process on. Over the past 2 years, we've set a very direct course about who we want to be as an institution that is unapologetic about serving its students, an institution that's unapologetic about transforming itself, building on the great skills of our faculty and staff. So our strategic plan and the work we've done is really going to guide these cuts. We're going to take a very hard look at what we can integrate on the business side of the house. How do we reduce silos? How do we do our work more smartly? How do we ensure that we are not duplicating function across the institution? And then we're taking a very hard look at things that Fort Lewis has done in the past, historically, that may not serve students directly. So in business parlance, that'd be sort of like your ROI. In our parlance, we call this our benefit to students. So, you know, if we're spending money on something, it really needs to have a direct benefit to students. So the underlying, that sort of goes to Christmas present. To move forward, while we do face tough circumstances, I'm incredibly, incredibly optimistic about the future of this institution. Our underlying numbers right now look incredible. Our freshman to sophomore retention rate, a key measure that I've said is really one of the most important things that we need to be judged by, looks like it's going to be up to 69%. It's been as low as the low 60s in the past years. 69% is getting close to a very reputable metric. We really want to be at 80, and we're going to keep driving hard to that. Our incoming freshman class has an increase of in-state Colorado students for the first time in many years, and it's larger than last year's. Now, again, will this hold? We don't know, because there's a lot of instability around COVID and financial insecurity for families. But the main issue here is the underlying conditions of Fort Lewis College are strong. The Innovation Center is rocking. We got faculty writing grants. We're planning more online programming and really thinking very carefully about how we are an integral part of the recovery. And I appreciate the Durango Herald publishing a piece that I wrote a while back, and that's online. A free promotion for Durango Herald and myself. You can read it there. So high level, sort of rocky water short term, long-term trajectory looks outstanding, and we appreciate the partnership and what it means to have great partners in this town. It was fun to look at the attendee names, some people I haven't seen in a while, so I can't wait to see you in person, hopefully in Carver's over a great burger and beer. That's it for me.
President Stritikus, thank you so much. And truly, your organization, the college, had the buzzword pivot and an incredible job with everything that you guys did. So continue the great work, and I'll drink my water from my Fort Lewis alumni mug. Next.